The Conjuring 2. It's a new film from James Wan. Is it worth your time? Let's find out. Welcome to the Cat and Vita Show, the show where I do the very typical task of telling you whether a movie is worth your time or not and deserve a spot in your movie collection. As always, I am Ash, and today we're going to be talking about The Conjuring 2. So let's just go ahead and plug our nightlight back in. And before we get into the review, I know what you're thinking. Ash, something looks different about you. You got a different look to you. What is it though? I can't put my finger on it. I got you, bud. New filling. So The Conjuring 2 is of course the sequel to 2013's The Conjuring, and in this one we are thrown right back into the case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren, and this time we are sent to Einfeld, England, where there just happens to be a poltergeist that's kind of terrorizing a family, a single mother, 4 kids. One of said kids is, being used by the poltergeist to spook the family mercilessly, and, they gotta go and be like, hey, fuck off. And I was optimistic about this movie. I know it's a well-known fact, I'm not exactly big on the whole horror genre, but that's mainly because we get like 10 million shitty ones a year. But when we do get that good one, when we get the diamond in the rough, the one that actually tried and it's then actually succeeded in scaring you, I eat it up. I love movies like that actually, attempt to scare you and then wind up scaring you, and that's what the first Conjuring did, and why I loved the first Conjuring. I watched that movie and I was like, wow, this is actually a movie. This isn't just some cheap boo at you jump scare fest ever. This is legitimately good horror that's gonna keep me out of my basement for a while. Good horror like that is hard to come by, but do you know what's even harder to come by? Good horror sequels. Finding a good horror sequel it's about as difficult as it was finding a Villager amiibo in like the second wave when amiibo launched. Remember when it was just like not to be seen? So finding a good horror sequel is difficult. So if I had to compare this movie right here to anything, I guess it would be this. I straight up loved The Conjuring 2. Is it as good as the original one, you ask? I don't really know at this point. At the moment, I'm gonna say the original's better. I'm gonna have to rewatch it to really compare and contrast the two of them. But the real question is it a worthy successor to the original? And to that I say, yeah, in every way, shape, and form, hell yes. Okay, I'm 100% convinced now that every shitty horror movie director, people who bring us movies like The Forest or The Darkness, need to straight up team up and run their asses down to James Wan's house and just beg him to teach them how to actually make true horror. Because at the moment, James Wan seems to be one of the few horror directors out there who actually knows what the hell he's doing. Because James Wan doesn't rely on cheap tactics to scare you. He knows how to truly scare you. And how is that done, Ash? With actual filmmaking. That's the thing here. James Wan is a good filmmaker. In The Conjuring 2, the reason I love this movie is because it is a legitimately great film that goes the extra mile to get under your skin and frighten you. I'm telling you, everything from this movie's eerie shot composition to its incredible cinematography, it all melts together to just create this glorious feeling of dread that overwhelms you the entire movie. It grabs you and it brings you right into the narrative, and you're sitting there at the edge of your seat just like the entire time. It's one of those movies where it's like you're in the story but you're terrified. It's great. And hell, I'll even go as far as to say this. My biggest issue with horror films is jump scares. I hate jump scares because what is a jump scare? It goes boo, and then it's over, it's gone, it doesn't keep you up at night. Now, The Conjuring 2 has jump scares just as The Conjuring 1 did, but it works. The jump scares in these movies work because in a normal jump scare, once again, something will pop at you, it'll frighten you for a second, and it won't even frighten you, it'll make you go, ugh, it's like the illusion of fear, and then it's gone. But in this movie, when that thing pops out at you, whatever thing actually popped out at you stays with you. It sticks inside of you, and you're still sitting there remembering it. You're like, I remember when that thing pops up with you, and it just becomes this unsettling feeling that follows you home afterwards. I'm telling you, I've never had jump scares haunt me at night. Like, I came home, I was looking for toilet paper in my dark-ass closet, and I was like, Man, all I'm seeing is that freaky nun right now. By the way, that thing right there, I'm not okay with that thing. I am not okay with that thing. Whenever it was on screen, I was like on the edge of peeing my pants. That is just, it's great character design, but it scared the shit out of me. It's scaring me right now. I don't want to look at it. Can we put something else on the screen, like something beautiful and inspiring? Oh yeah, that works. Also, in terms of acting, everyone does great. All the returning characters, great. All the new characters, great. But the absolute standout in this movie has to be Madison Wolfe. She's the little girl who's being just terrorized by the demon and kind of used as like, ooh, hey, I'm here. I'm going to use this little girl to scare the shit out of all of you and ruin your lives. And she was fantastic. She was absolutely amazing in this movie. Scared the shit out of me. Little British girl, just bravo. So, in the end, The Conjuring 2 is absolutely fantastic. I've always said this. Truly great horror isn't what scares you in the moment. It's what follows you home. What makes it difficult to walk to your car in the cold embrace of night. And that's what The Conjuring 2 is. It is truly great horror that was able to wildly entertain me. I haven't even mentioned that part. See this movie with a crowd. I used to hate horror crowds, but now that I was part of a horror crowd and I was actually into the movie, it was a fun time that ended in a very frightening walk to my car. And like, that's all I ask for these movies to do. I ask them to be scary, I ask them to frighten me, and I ask them to entertain me. This movie does all the above, and I recommend you see it ASAP. And this one is easily a day one Blu-ray buy for me. When this thing comes out, Steelbook, whatever, I'm buying the specialist of editions. Speaking of which, I don't own the first one yet. I'm assuming that will be on sale. I'm gonna go fix that. The Conjuring 2 gets an A- out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching my review for The Conjuring 2. I want to hear what you think. Have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to see it? Are you going to skip it? What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section below because I want to hear them. And as always, guys, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like the video that much, consider sharing it. I would be very appreciative. Of course, be sure to follow me on all my social medias and join Enter the Cinephile on Facebook. But most importantly, stay classy.